well, the scripts don't describe everything. I don't know what's going on. I can't do this. You know, and the guy just went, look, you've got to just go with it and then just embrace the feel of the moment, what that line sort of says to you, whatever. And so once I let go of what a different convention, regular scripts, you know, and then just give in to and accept the convention of the ADR scripts, it worked fine.
I had the same situation.
Yeah? No, I'm just saying it worked fine.
When I recorded Death Note, doing a line here, a line there, a line there, a line there,
yeah.
You only have a concept of what your character's doing. When I saw the movie, I was like, oh, that's how it all fits together. Whereas when we record an episode of Iron Man, for the most part, we're all together, and you really get to experience what the episode is while you're doing it.
Yeah. Plus, it's nice because there's some freedom when it's pre-laid to, if we add a side, that there's a chance that then they'll draw that in. So you, like the pre-light before, with the actual scripted dialogue, becomes part of the performance as well.
Yeah. You know, and once you're going through an entire season, we really get to know these characters. You know, Dan and I have known each other a long time, and so when we're playing off each other, sometimes we will improvise a little line here, or there was even a comedic bit in one episode where they walk in on me, and I don't know they're there, and I'm just grooving into my my Walkman, and I'm just like, and I'm just like doing this funky dance, and I just like, that was just completely improvised, and I did like 3 different takes of completely different things, and it was kind of cool, because if that was ADR, I would have to be very strict to whatever was animated and laid out for me, but, you know, I had a lot of say over the character in that situation, you know, or the finished product.
You know, sorry, you said that you did Death Note, right? Yeah, I was in Death Note too. I totally forgot.
There you go.
I know. I played like a bunch of different characters. They had me be like scientist, this guy, that guy, and some other evil bastard. And, and I don't know who they were. They just like, because I don't know the Death Note thing, and it sounds bad, but I'm like,
no, it's true.
I don't know it either. But they
all I know is I died 5 times.
Yeah.
I died 5 times.
They had 2 or 3 times.
Actually, if someone wants you to autograph a black book, don't do it.
I did it once. Because you know what? I don't care.
Well, it's because we can sign the book you're dead.
That's right.
45 seconds later, isn't it?
How much?
45 seconds, I think.
Yeah. I'm still around.
Because the problem
Okay, hold on everybody. Sorry, what?
I was just wondering what roles you all did in Death Note, because I actually did the script for Death Note.
Oh,
you did?
What do you mean you did it?
Pardon?
What do you mean?
Translated?
No, I did the script adaptations. I took the translation and redid it to fit the mouth flaps. So when you were swearing about, like, how could you ever get this line into the lip flaps, that would be helpful.
That's her job.
If you have access to the internet, there you can maybe look it up. But honest to God, Kathy and I were talking about this too. Something that we just can't remember. Something.
I know how to find out though. I know how to find out for all of us. Carl, that works at Ocean Studios, he has remembered everybody.
I know.
He
I
knows
played
everybody.
Seiyu, the sister.
Pardon?
The sister.
Oh, right. Yes, I do. Yeah.
And I was some guy. I was a couple of scientists, and then I was this really evil bastard. Like he was killing people and stuff.
You're killing him in the whole show though.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it's kind of a dichotomy because I played this Bibble character in Mermaidia and Braytopia doing that, and then I'm like molesting some girl in Death Note. I have a hard time. I mean, I would never tell my niece what I did. It's like I feel like this dirty part of me. You know, the Bibble has this other job at night.
And you know what? I don't mean that disrespectfully at all. But I'm just not part of that culture, right? Like I wasn't part of the Death Note culture and stuff. So when I got this job, I mean, I tried to do as much research as possible and stuff, but I just didn't know. So I had to get them to inform and tell me what it was about. And I was like, well, okay.
It's funny that you say the research. I did a couple episodes of a cartoon that's for an educational network in Ontario, where I played Benoit the Earthworm. It's a series called Artie the Ant. And I don't know how you go about researching how to be an earthworm. But all I know is that they wanted it to be in the Steve Buscemi vein, and they had the worm being not very bright. And I don't do a Steve Buscemi, so I chose to put it in the vein of Chris Rock. And then they liked it so much that they actually went back and changed the earthworm to look more like me. So that was cool.
Bravo!
There you go. Yeah. Anybody else?
Oh, another fuchsia.
Who is your favorite character for each of you that you play? voice, and can you do their voice right now?
Who's the favorite character you played? Can we do their voice?
In what?
Like when you say something?
In
Anything we've done?
Anything.
I want to hear your voice.
I'll tell you a funny story. My first gig, Roswell Conspiracies, like I didn't know anything about the industry at all. I went in and they give you a picture, like a drawing of what the character is, and there's this big, strapping, muscular guy with like a sort of like a Blade Runner character with a trench coat and a white beater T-shirt on, you know, and just muscles and stuff. And I thought, there's no way in hell I'm going to get this part, right? Because I was probably up against Mark Gibbon and just like these big, muscular guys. So I thought, you know, I'm going to have a little fun. I thought, I'll just go for it. I looked at it and I thought, I'm going to give him my worst or best, I don't know, John Wayne Younger that I possibly could. So I did. I went, the line's something. I did it earlier.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Getting into character.
Yeah, Gregor, I'm on it. Looks like he hasn't lost his taste for steak tartare. Nick Logan, bounty hunter. Whatever that was. They loved it. They said like the realism of your performance and stuff. I'm like, really? I kind of went in and thought, that's great, you know, and threw it in the air and away it went. And then I actually encountered a bit of problem because it was my first gig, and I tried to make it real. And they were like, no, you have to finish the character and go out on the big punchline. I was like, that's real, huh? But it's cartoon, you know, and I didn't know that difference. They actually had me re-record 2 whole episodes because I was getting too, like, you know, you were saying about trying to make a real TV episode sort of thing, or I was getting really, like, TV neutral sort of thing, and they were like, no. So, there you go, that's my Nick Logan.
Well, what else? What's
going on?
Let's hear it.
Come on, what's your favorite one you've done? Just lay it on us.
And do their voice.
And do their voice.
This is going to be really unoriginal, but my favorite part of doing Iron Man is when I get to fight whoever I'm fighting that episode, which is usually some sort of robot way bigger than me. And you know, usually I don't even have a picture of who I'm fighting or anything like that, so I get to total make-believe. And, you know, basically they just tell me, okay, now you're firing the Unibeam, and I'm just like, yeah! And I just get to do that, and it's like the best job ever. But that's my favorite part of the job, is when I get to, well, not the favorite on the voice, but just acting-wise, little kid-wise inside me.
Primal screen therapy.
Exactly.
Good stress reducer, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Just come in
It's an
there.
office job.
Pay your taxes, and you go in there like, it's just, it's the best. What do you get?
Come on, Dan.
I haven't got the body of work to have like a whole bunch of different ones. And like I say, my roadie is this, you know, outside of me whining at Adrian's character, but it's like, you know, I just tell him, Tony, your heart. That's all I do. Always giving him a hard time, you know. But I did enjoy doing the one with the chain. I've done some commercials. I had to do a McDonald's. They brought up the Mac Mini. I don't know if you guys have seen the little miniature McDonald's sandwich. They did an ad campaign for that. And when we did the auditions, we had to be able to say like up to 5 or 6 lines of dialogue in 5 seconds. So I never thought I was a fast talker until I went in and had the callback and had to get these lines out audibly in 5 seconds. So then I got the gig and we showed up to record, you know, we had 2 6-hour days of recording all these spots. They said, oh, by the way, we have to add on the end, I'm loving it. Da-da-da-da-da. So you actually have to do faster. We need to do it in 3 seconds, not 5 seconds.
Oh my God. So let's hear one, come on. Just talk fast.
How's it doing?
I would do it, but the part of it was that there's 2 of us. So you had to have the back and forth dialogue between the 2 because we're answering and asking each other questions.
You're both parties.
You got 5 other castmates to pick from.
Well, remind me, I want to tell a Daniel Bacon story later, but let's finish this.
Oh, yeah.
So, next.
Well, I love doing Whitney's voice because a lot of her stuff is very deep and angry, and she just wants to be loved.
What was your big surprise though when you actually got to see it?
Well, yeah, that was pretty interesting. I didn't know my character was blonde until I saw the first episode.
How would that affect your
Did you like the
performance?
color though? I was actually kind of disappointed. I was like, oh, I never pictured her as a blonde, but I think she wears way too much eye makeup also. And high heels to school. I don't know, questionable, but.
I think she's hot.
But probably another funny story I have is I did a voice for Gundam for like 52 episodes. Again, talking to someone who wasn't there.
Yeah.
And about 2 years later at the Death Note premiere, I met Brad, who was the person I was talking to. And I was like, oh my god, I've been saying Amuro, like all the time, and I finally got to put a face to a name. So it was awesome to see him.